Very good morning, children. Children, today we are going to learn about laws of sets in union and intersection. So let's take first law, which is commutative law. Commutative law can be applied in two sets. So it says if you take union of two sets like this, and if you take union of two sets like this, that means on changing the order of the sets, you will be getting the same answer. That means commutative law is satisfied in union, or I can say under union. Let's see about intersection. If I take A intersection B, then it will give me the same answer if I change the order of the sets. So here union and intersection will satisfy commutative law. Come to next property, which is associative law. And children, you know associativity can be done with three sets. That means if I have three sets, and if I first of all say take pair as like this, and if I change the pair, then also it will give me the same answer. That means if I take A union B first and then I will be taking union with C, then it will give me the same answer if I take B and C union first and then doing union with A. So it doesn't change the answer. Let's see in intersection. It is A intersection B intersection C. If I take first of all this pair, and if I take this pair, then also the answer will remain same. That means associativity is also satisfied. Then you see the third property, which is distributive. Let's see whether union and intersection satisfy distributive law. If say I take A union B union C, and if I want to distribute it, so I can be distributed like this. This can be A union B, A union B, and then again this is union, so I am taking union, A union C. This is A union C. So that means we can distribute this set with this pair like this, A union B union A union C. Let's see in intersection. If I am taking it as A intersection B intersection C, then I can distribute it like this, A intersection B, A intersection B, then it is intersection A intersection C, A intersection C. This is the way I distribute them. Like if I do A intersection C and then if I find out common element with A, it will give me the same answer if I take it as A intersection B and then A intersection C, and then I am taking common out of these two, it will give me the same answer. That means here distributive law is also satisfied. Now next you come to idempotent law. Idempotent law says you that if you do A union A, then it will give you the A only. Idempotent means the union you are taking of same set, that means it will give me A only. And if I take intersection of two same set, then also I will be getting it as A. So idempotent law says if I take union of two same sets, then I will again get a. If I take intersection of two same sets, then again I will get a A. Then moving on to fifth one, which is identity law. Identity law says that if I take A union phi, identity law we will be doing it with phi and universal set. So if I take A union phi, then I will be getting it as A. That means the combination of elements of set A and phi. Phi is your null set. So it will just give me A. If I do it with universal, A union universal, that means you will get universal. That means the combination of the elements present in universal set and your elements present in set A will give you universal. This is under union. Now let's see under intersection. If you do it as A intersection phi, so what will be the common part in between these? Nothing. Phi means null set means no element present in it, so there will be no common, so it will give me phi. Let's see it with universal. If I have A intersection universal, that means universal will contain this A also, so A intersection universal will give me A only. You can see it by Venn diagram. Say this is A, this is B, and if I want to find out the common element between A and universal, so this complete is universal and this is your A part. So what I am getting common, this is the common part which I am getting, which is just A. So these are some of the laws under union and intersection which are satisfied. Have a look.